number 6 on the songwriting strategy seed of your song, exercise, and presentation. One of my absolute favorites, form. Form. Form is a great way to write a song. Form is the structure of your song. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Verse, bridge, intro. Outro, whatever. You wouldn't start with an outro, so that one didn't make sense. But the form is how your song goes. So I have two examples that I think are really cool for form. Number one is years ago I took a music theory class at Smith College. I had a wonderful in high school. I'm not a woman. Had a wonderful music theory professor named Raphael Atlas. Really great composer, really great musician, wonderful person. Years later, American Dreamer went on tour, and we played in my hometown, and Raphael came. And after he wrote me an email, he said, "Sasha, I love your band. I'm really proud of you. This is so cool to see. You're doing great work. But all your songs are very consistent with the forms. 8-bar verse, 16-bar chorus, verse, chorus, even, very consistent, and it got a little boring." And he was saying if I did something that were a little bit more angular, a little bit more unique, or if I broke up that pattern a little bit, it might lead to some really interesting things. And I thought, wow, great call. That led me to writing a song called American Made. And here's the chorus. I wanted to stay, wanted to stay with you. As the leaves come in, I hope we're not just old friends. Yeah. Seven-bar phrase. Really think that's cool. So it's B to F sharp to A to E. And then the next part is E to F sharp to A to B. In a normal song, you'd have that E be the last bar of the first phrase and the first bar of the second phrase. So you'd have 2 4-bar phrases. In this case, B, F sharp, A, E, cut. Second phrase, E, F sharp, A, B. But to truncate my song, to make it more unique, I had that E as my pivot chord. So it was serving double duty. It was the last chord of the first progression and the same chord and the first chord of the second progression, and that leads to some cool stuff. So let's check that out. It's coming, I want it. B. F sharp. That's the 2 chord. 4 chord. 1 chord. And here's the pivot. Now we're going to go to the next section. We're already on the second bar. Seven-bar phrase. Super cool. I'm really proud of that. Okay, thank you, Raphael. So when talking about form, there's kind of 2 ways that I want you guys to think about how you can manipulate the form. One is kind of, I'll kind of call them global and local. Okay? A local is how can you just break out of 4-chord progressions. Why not just add a chord? And if you have a chord progression that's G, C, D, C. Right? I'm going to make something up. I don't mind telling you I'm sorry for the news you do. I don't want to break away, my friend. That's cool. That's great. That's normal. It's been done. What if you just add a bar in? What if we just hang on, make it a 5-bar progression? We just hang on the C for an extra bar. I don't want to tell you about the first time I left you. I don't want to be the one to tell you. Hey, that's gonna perk your interest because it's not normal. You probably thought, what the heck's going on? Now maybe that didn't work, maybe it does. What about doing that same thing, but going to a whole new chord? What's stopping you? Here's a question I want to ask you. Here's a challenge. What's stopping you just for throwing in a chord that's not even part of the progression, just throwing it in there willy-nilly to do something cool and random, make your song a little more interesting? I don't want to tell you that I don't think I love you. I don't want to be the one to show you that I know. I just went to E minor for 2 bars. Why? Why the hell not? It's cool, it's different. Break out of your 8-bar phrases. That's a great seed for a song. It's a great way to do something. You've probably written a million songs that have 8-bar forms and 16-bar choruses. Change it up. Then the other idea is globally, and this breaks into my next idea, is most songs are verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. You can change that. Think about it. Do something different. Add a pre-chorus. Do your bridge twice. Have your outro come in earlier. Try and think about, can I push myself? Can I challenge myself with the form of my song? That's important. Okay, so this takes me to example number 2. There's a song that I cover and absolutely love called Fare Thee Well. It's an old, beautiful folk tune. You may already know it. I found out about it because Oscar Isaac sings it in the Coen Brothers film Inside Llewyn Davis. Wonderful performance about folk music. There's a wonderful version of this song where Oscar Isaac is singing the song in harmony with Marcus Mumford and the Punch Brothers. Go to YouTube and check it out. It is beautiful. Fare Thee Well, Oscar Isaac, Marcus Mumford, and the Punch Brothers. It's fantastic. And I love it. It goes a little something like this. I have wings, no step. I fly the river to the one I love. Fare thee well, my honey. Fare thee well. I was a man, long and dark. He moved his body like a cannonball. Fare thee That is a beautiful song. You should hear the version what they did. I freaking love that song because guess what, guys? There's only one section. There's only one section. That is the whole song. It's a refrain song. Verse, 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 verse. No B part, no chorus, no bridge. Just different words that all end with Fare Thee Well. I think that's fantastic. I learned this song and I was thinking to myself, Sasha, you've written a couple hundred songs. All your songs are verse, chorus, verse, chorus. You don't have any song that only has one section. So last year I wrote a song called Railway Bound for Mercy, where I stole this idea from Fare Thee Well. It's just one chord progression. It's a 16-bar chord progression. And you just get 5 verses, and that's the whole thing. It's another example of this is Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley, by Leonard Cohen. So this is Railway Bound for Mercy. I don't have a recording of it, so I'm going to play it live. Railway bound for mercy. Train whistle cries, take me back to West Kentucky, where my sweetheart lies. If you're thinking about running, you'll be running for your life. So many get blood, so few get white. There's 5 of those, but it's all the same chord. So that was a unique song for me, and that was the seed of my idea, was writing a 1-part song. Okay, that can be an idea for you. So I would recommend, I don't have a ton of examples off the top of my brain prepared for you all today, but do some research. If you're stuck, if all you're doing is writing the same kind of song, verse, chorus song, do a little research. There's a million song forms out there. There's blues, there's verse songs, there's a million different examples. Find a song form, an old traditional folk song, an Irish song, an African song. Find a song form that you've never utilized and write a song like that. There you go. There's a seed. Okay, wonderful. All right. we're getting down to it, guys. I know this has been a longer presentation than I expected. We're getting down to it. Well, I got one more songwriting strategy for you, and then we're going to talk about lyrics, and we're going to talk about writing songs about trees. So this is my secret tip. This is my secret strategy that I'm sharing with you that I don't often give away, but I'm giving away to you now. I call this the song from another song. Friends, I gotta tell you, maybe this works for me, maybe this won't transfer to you all, but I have had some serious success writing a song by just kind of stealing another song. Try not to steal directly, but if you have a song that you love, maybe your song should be a lot like that song. Hello, pretty simple, but pretty obvious, okay? So I have two examples of this, but this is one of my favorite ideas, and I've literally done this 10 or so times. I've literally play a song you like, even if you don't know the chords, even if you don't know how to play it, play a song you like. As soon as that song ends, pick up your guitar and start doing something very similar to it. Because you might not know the chords, because you're you and they're them, it's going to be different enough that you can call it your song, but it's going to be similar enough that you might grab some of the essence, some of the joy or the coding of the original song and have it pour and sprout life into your song, okay? Two examples. One is, one day I was at my apartment and I found this video of Chris Thiele of the Punch Brothers, also in the Fare Thee Well video, with Michael Daves here, Tiny Desk. I love the Tiny Desk concerts by NPR. Thank you. And they started playing this song. I'd never heard it before.
I'll have the creativity and the inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Sleep with one eye open. I don't know what this song is or what the hell's happening here, but that's awesome. I stopped playing that song, I picked up my guitar, this all happened in real time, and I wrote this. Where you going tonight, baby, where you going tonight? Shake that money, make it take it to the other side. You look mighty fine, baby, you look mighty fine. Come on over, take me by your side. I still love you. Show me that love don't need no. Taking Blues. It's a song I've been playing for years. People love that song. If I played you these back to back, would you think Sasha maybe stole that? Yeah, you probably would. But if you're not listening to this song, you're gonna think that's my song, and everyone thinks that's my song. Works out great. Okay, so this is my secret strategy that I'm sharing with you guys only, that I really recommend. If you have a song you love and you're stuck, just try and write a song that sounds a whole hell of a lot like it, and you'll probably get something pretty cool. Okay, my second example is within myself. So for 10 years I've had a song called Creek Canyon, which is actually about the Green Mountains, an environmental song. And it goes like this. Carry me, Green Mountains, in back to the starting place. I'll skip the big city and the end away. Breathe in the sweet air, for you know I won't stay. But tonight, let it slide. Environmental song, good reference for this video. Now, that's not my favorite song I've ever written. I don't think it's particularly incredible and critically special. It doesn't actually have a lot of the things that made the other songs I featured in this video special. But this song is incredibly ubiquitous. My band American Dreamer found that kind of wherever we were, that song works. It just kind of fits. If we were playing a house concert, worked. If we were playing an acoustic gig, worked. If we were playing a rock gig, worked. If we were at a club, worked. It just kind of works. And then a lot of our other songs were best suited for this or that or that. And my wife, Courtney, I was on the porch with her, and she said, man, Creek Canyon is just so universal. We need another song like that we could just play any of the time. And I swear to God, this is a true story. In real time, I picked up my guitar, in real time, and I played this. I didn't have the lyrics, but I had the whole idea. One was the night you stood beside me, great picture, moon lit up your eyes. Thought it was a sign, you didn't ask why. When I told you I was so done, hey boy, I know I'll find you laughing with your heart. Don't need much, find much meaning. Hey boy, I know. Hey boy became Hey Boy, and I said like that, and Courtney went, yeah, like that. Now that rarely happens to me. Rarely do I just come up with a song on command like that, but that was one of those gifts. That was one of those really cool moments. So here's a little bit of Hey Boy. Okay, that's Hey Boy. So, Song from Another Song, my secret strategy. It'll work, trust me. Just have your guitar ready, play the song. You don't even know how to play it. As soon as it ends, just start playing. You're gonna kind of catch it. It's like the essence is an aroma, and you're gonna kind of catch it before it vanishes. Okay, friends. At long last, we kind of make it to the culmination of this presentation, which is writing songs, having the seed of your song be a lyric. Okay, a wonderful way to write songs, especially if you are a poet or somebody who is very lyrically based. Before you have melody, harmony, rhythm, feeling, riff, form, or another song as a reference, you may have a beautiful line. And especially if you are somebody who is environmentally inclined, you're working with tree folks, you care about nature, you care about rivers, you care about animals, starting a song with a lyric like that is really, really important. Okay? I'm going to share two examples, and then I'm actually going to kind of unpack this a little bit. So, years ago, I was sitting on my porch in Western Massachusetts, where I'm from, and it was springtime, and I was fortunate to live in a more rural place, and I had beautiful trees, and I had a stream, and I loved them. I love nature. And I got out my porch, I had my guitar, I'm saying I'm going to write a song today. Got out there, I might have had a beer, and I'm just trying to feel the energy. It was spring, and in New England, people talk a lot about the weather because the winters are long and cold, and then everyone loves the summer. And it was like April. I was wearing a sweater, but it was time you could be outside. And it was that time of the year when we ran into people. Everyone said, the leaves are coming in. Spring is coming. The green is coming. And I was thinking to myself, I was thinking about time, and I was thinking, man, before we know it, it's going to be fall, and we're going to be having the same conversation about how the leaves are falling off the trees, and it's going to be winter, or about how beautiful the foliage is, because it's obviously beautiful up there. And I thought of this lyric. This was all I had. I didn't have any music yet. I just thought of this one line. So it seems the leaves are sprouting. Before you know, they'll be secondhand. And that became my song. I do not, actually, yes, I do have a recorded version of this song. Let's play a recorded version of the song. This song became Goes Quickly, and it's a song. I created a whole story about a woman who is working on a farm, and is kind of put in this place and this time into her life, and she doesn't really want to be there, but it kind of is what it is. And it's about kind of nature, and about kind of grabbing life what you want, and about time going by. and this became Goes Quickly. And you might not be able to hear it, but we recorded with a field recorder my stream, because that was very impactful for me for writing the song. And the song actually starts with a real audio recording of the stream by my apartment. Here's Goes Quickly. The stream. I'm going to fast forward to the lyric. But it hasn't been like that when we go and we don't want to stay. Verse 2. You may not get a blessing, but you don't bear a cross to tend this land. So it seems please proud, for you know it seems the second hand. That one lyric made that whole song. Okay? My second example is a song I have called Looking Glass. I wrote Looking Glass in about 10 minutes the day that my grandmother passed away. My last living grandparent, my grandmother Gloria, she passed away about 4 years ago. I was sad. I loved her a lot. I was very close. I did not get to see her farewell because I had now at this point lived in Austin. She was in Western Mass. And she passed away. And my mom called me and said, Sasha, Gloria's gone. And I canceled everything, and I just took some time to grieve and reflect. And I wasn't planning to do any music that day, but at one point I picked up my guitar, and this song kind of poured out of me. And the chorus is, and I hope tomorrow's a looking glass, and you're looking back at me. And as I watch the sunset through the pines, heaven is maybe a place that I can believe. That's the chorus. I'm just thinking about her. And I love sunset. The sunset I find to be a very profound, magical time. Pretty much every day to this day, about 40 minutes, especially now in COVID when I have the time, I go out to my porch around 7 and I just sit there and enjoy dusk and magic hour, maybe have a whiskey, listen to music. Sometimes I write music. I think, I reflect, I try and slow down. I find it a really powerful time. And in times in my life when I've been by trees and I've been by nature, it's exponentially more powerful because I love nature and I love green and I love the sun and I love it all. And I've had some very, very powerful times in my life where I've been sitting and watching the sunset on a ridge, in the forest, in a field, and life has slowed down for me, and it's felt very spiritual. So I am not a Christian person. I do not believe in God. But the lyric is, as I watch the sunset through the pines, maybe heaven is a place I can believe. And I have felt that way. There have been times when I've watched the sunset set between trees. I've done a lot of hiking in the Green Mountains in Vermont. And there have been just majestic, powerful, sublime experiences that felt very spiritual. And that's where that lyric came from, and that's one of my songs where I reference trees. So here is the chorus to Looking Glass, where you'll hear those lyrics. Looking glass at the love we like. Here we go. It's the life we tomorrow's like a looking glass, and you standing back in Okay, so with all our previous examples, I've shown my all our previous strategies. I have given my 2 examples, and then I have moved on. But as this is really the topic or the core of this presentation, I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit and then wrap up. So I think when writing a song about trees and thinking about that lyrical concept, there are 3 things that I want everyone to think about. There are 3 kind of tips that I want to share. Number 1 is perspective. Place yourself. It's cool to be like, there was a beautiful oak tree, and it was windy, and the branches blew, and that's all great, but it's a little bit shallow. I think if you can have some perspective, who are you? Are you an owl flying by? Are you a hiker on the walk? Recently, my friend wrote a song called Treaty about a treaty oak, and in the song, the singer of the song, the I character, was the tree. And the song was about, I've been around for 200 years, and I've seen this and this and this, and you think, how the heck can someone be around and see all that? And then when you understand that it's from the perspective of the tree, it becomes really meaningful and beautiful. So that's really cool. So I think if you can place yourself in the song instead of just giving us imagery, that will make it really powerful. A song where you woke up and went for a hike and were amongst these trees and had an experience or had a feeling. Great. A song where you're an animal. A song where you're a leaf. That could be a cool song. But have some awareness of what your perspective is. Secondly, message. You don't have to have a message, but I think it's important to. Does every song need to be a tree hugger, environmental, hardcore hippie message? No, it doesn't. If you want to go there, God bless you, we need more songs like that. But if you just want to be somebody who's I love trees and that's your message, great. If your message want to be I'm tired of invasive plants that are ruining this natural forest, that's a great message. If your message is about the Amazon and people destroying the rainforest and making climate change worse and killing ecosystems and animals and plants, that's a great message. I think with anything, this whole presentation is about the seed of the idea, and I just think really owning what you're trying to convey, making conscious, proactive decisions with anything. I think just kind of willy-nilly writing pretty lines about trees is cool, but if you can come into it just like the seed, these other strategies I've had, if you can have a seed for your message, if you can say to yourself, okay, before I've written anything, I want to write a song about the Amazon rainforest. Boom! That's your seed. Make sure every decision you make after that is in line with that. Or if you want to write a song about, I cut down a tree and I turn that tree into a guitar, and now I play this guitar and I think of the tree, that's a freaking fantastic song. That could be an amazing song. But know that. Be conscious, be thoughtful about these things. Don't be passive about decisions. Take control of decisions and make active choices. I love active choices. I think an important word to keep in mind is intention. Have intention with your songwriting. And then the last thing, something that I do all the time, and I think about all the time with all my songwriting, tree songs and otherwise, is powerful imagery. I'm somebody who loves deeply specific things. While being an oral person and being a songwriter, I'm also a visual person. I love the sunset. I love movies. I love visual things. If a song can give me an image, don't talk in generalities. Talk in specifics. Specifics are beautiful. A song of, I went to the forest, there were big trees, they were pretty, it was fun, that's not doing a lot for me. But a song of the coarse bark on the maple tree reminded me of my grandfather's skin. That's powerful. Or the twig snapped and it sounded like a gunshot, or the deep purple of the rotting leaves. Well, I don't know. I'm going off the top of my head, but guys, I really, you get little things go a longer way than big. You can do more with little specifics than you can with big generalities. You can make a whole point in a small vignette of a moment. If you're, instead of trying to tell a whole story, try and tell one moment. It was dusk. I went walking in the woods. The leaves were rustling. There was a deep orange hue in the sky. I saw a, don't say bird flew by, I saw a spotted, I saw a crow, or I saw a bluebird. Be specific. The maple trees were shaking. The specifics bring power. Be as specific as you can. And the final thing I wanted to say is kind of going all the way full circle back to sounds. Now, it's hard for me to really wrap my head around sounds that are tree-like. Obviously, a wood block would be a tree sound. You've probably heard. I don't have one, but you've probably heard that. You could certainly keep a beat on a wooden table. For one time on a song, I actually recorded on the back of a guitar. So I think anytime you can use wood, I've talked a lot about consistency and things being homogeneous. If you're writing a song about trees using wooden instruments, that is homogeneous. That is congruent. So that's a good idea. Could you write a song about trees and do it all on your computer and make it EDM and make it all software instruments? Yeah, you could. Does it feel super congruent to me? Not totally. So if I was writing a song about trees, I would think about, can my instruments be acoustic guitar, violin, upright bass? Can I have all instruments made of wood? Maybe real piano, but no organ? And then, the only thing I thought of was kind of rustling. I have this cool kind of shaker thing. I think this sound, that would be a cool song for a tree sound. Shakers, rain sticks. You can explore that. But as I said at the beginning of this presentation, I really, really think if you're going to do a song about trees, you probably want to focus it on the lyrical aspects of the song. I think that's where you're going to get the most power. I think instrumentally, it's hard to definitively say this song is about this. Do people do it? All the time. But it's very subjective. Okay, guys, this was a journey. I think this presentation is double as long as it was supposed to be. I have so much I wanted to share and so much I like to talk about. For as long as this was, I've really just scratched the surface. So I'm offering songwriting Zoom lessons to anybody who's interested. Write me at Sasha, S-A-S-H-A, at SashaKAmusic.com, Sasha at SashaKAmusic.com. A lot of the music I played today is on Spotify. If you enjoyed it, please check it out. SashaK.A. I have a new album out called Family I played a lot from, and I lead the band American Dreamer. We have 2 albums that I referenced a lot. I hope to be working with tree folks in the future more and more, so I hope to meet a lot of the people that are viewing this video. I would be doing events with them right now if it wasn't for COVID, but I'm talking with Colin, and hopefully we'll be connecting with you in the fall and sharing music and talking about songwriting. So please feel free to reach out to me. But in the meantime, friends, I hope any of these ideas have helped inspired or led to songs for you. And I just say, all you need is a little seed of an idea, and it can grow to be a beautiful song. Till next time.